because you will end up like Michael Slager.
Right.
Now that trial, he was guilty no matter what because of the Tennessee v. Gardner rule, right?
Wait,
So there was no.
before you go to any further, let me ask you. I thought Tennessee v. Gardner allowed you to shoot a fleeing felon.
No, you cannot. Up until it went to Gardner, I don't remember if Gardner was a victim or the. Yeah, he had to be the victim because it was
Right.
named after him. But
Mhm.
yeah, he was jumping the fence and a police officer shot him, and the Supreme Court said, "Nah, player, you can't do that." And to be honest with you, I was one of the law enforcement officers, one of the rare ones that actually liked Supreme Court decisions. They pissed me off when they didn't go our way, but I actually liked them because please tell me what the fuck I cannot do. Because if
Mm.
left to my own, I'm a big anti-drug guy, right? So drugs are, because of what I've seen, how they destroy community and families and stuff like that. I'm a big anti-drug guy, huge. So if the Supreme Court didn't tell me what I couldn't do, because I hate drugs that much, you see what I'm saying?
Right.
It'll
Right.
open up that door. Did I ever do anything? No. But if the Supreme Court didn't tell me, hey, this is what you could not do, I probably would push that bounds.
Let me interrupt you for 1 second. You said something I want to expound on. You said you hate drugs, right?
Mm-hmm.
So I'm assuming as a law enforcement officer, you arrested a lot of people with drugs.
Yeah.
Do you feel like now when you look back on it, that you probably shouldn't have arrested those people? We got another
I
law
went.
enforcement officer.
All right. Great question. I went by what the county and state ordinances were for marijuana and what the state went for every other drug. So in the great state of Georgia, it's up to a certain amount. It's a misdemeanor of marijuana. Over that certain amount, it is a felony. And if it is what it is, my hands were tied.
Oh, let me ask you this
Because
question. Let me ask you
I
this
didn't.
question.
Mhm.
Let me ask you a question. I'm gonna have a little back and forth because this is interesting to me. So you pull over a guy. Listen, he's got 26 grams. How the hell you know he got an ounce or less?
Well, like I said, in the state of Georgia with marijuana, and I'm not going to tell that because you can look it up in the OCGA, the official code of Georgia annotated, which is the
Right,
Georgia
right.
legal book. There's a certain amount and it's annotated in law, documented in law. If it's that amount, it's a felony. If it's under that,
But do
it's
you
a
like have a
misdemeanor.
scale? Would you have a scale on you?
When I first started, yeah, the officers were allowed to use that, but I guess something had happened with some drug cases. So if you had a major drug case, you had to have a supervisor come out there and perform a drug test kit and weigh it, and go back behind you and weigh it.
Did you ever arrest someone for like trivial amounts of marijuana, like a roach in the ashtray,
No,
or like a couple
I would
grams?
I would listen. I would never arrest somebody for a trivial amount of marijuana.
What would you do?
I you don't I would not arrest you for a trivial amount of marijuana. It'll never say trivial amount or arrested arrested for a trivial amount of marijuana.
What's the
It'll
least amount?
say
What's the least amount you've ever arrested someone for, or you would have arrested someone for? Like someone had 15 joints rolled up. Would you say, hey?
all right. So here's what it comes down to, right?
Mhm.
It's all about respect, right?
Right.
If you respect me and if you're compliant, if I get voluntary compliance and respect, depending on now, this was also pre-body cam, so there was a little bit more flexibility, right?
Mhm.
Man, dump that shit on the road and go on about your business, right?
Mhm.
Now, if it's anything other than marijuana in the state of Georgia, it's a felony. My hands are tied.
So, okay. I want to go pre-body cam,
Yeah.
right? So
When,
pre-body cam days,
mhm.
if you roll up on a dude with, let's say, a couple grams of weed, could you just look past and say, "Man, go on about your business"? I'm like I ain't see it.
Yeah, you could, but that would be dumb. I mean, a couple grams is a felony.
But why would that be dumb? It's harmless, right? A couple grams, he ain't no big time drug dealer. Of weed. You say, man, I got to take you to jail for a couple grams of weed.
To you, it may be harmless. To him, it may be harmless.
Mm-hmm.
But when I took my oath, it was to protect and defend the Constitution, United States against All enemies foreign and domestic, blah blah blah. But also I have a responsibility